Hey everyone guys, Jonathan here, and yeah, I know that lately I've not been posting that much on YouTube, but I know, and this happened for a few reasons actually. For example, the fact that I had to go back to the office, so now I'm not working from home anymore, and I've only been working from home actually for the last 2 years since I moved here in Lisbon, to Lisbon. And yeah, for me it's I don't know, it's a strange experience, the fact of going back to the office or going to the office for the first time, and it's taking it's taking some time to get to the office, to actually work in the office, and then to get back from the office. So my free time has been reduced a bit, a lot actually. So apart from this, I just wanted to say thank you guys, because we just reached 400 subscribers here on this channel, and I almost reached 100 videos on the channel, and I think that the number 100 will be something interesting, something different. No, actually, I hope that everything that I release here is interesting, but I think that the number 100, I will think of something special for it. By the way, this is the number 91 or 92, something like that. So, apart from numbers, today's video will be a Q&A, and I know, guys, that this kind of videos usually is a sort of filler because you run out of ideas or this kind of stuff in general, but I don't know, in this case I didn't run out of ideas. So yeah, I have plenty of ideas of contents that I want to release, that I want to create before releasing. Yeah, it's just something different, because I wanted to do something a bit different, and I think that it's good for you to know a bit more about me. So that's why I put this thing, this sort of box in my Instagram stories like a couple weeks ago, this anonymous thing, because I thought that maybe some people are a bit scared of like asking something directly to the people that they follow, and I don't know, maybe it's not true, but I just thought that it might have been like this, so I put it like in an anonymous way. And yeah, actually I received I think that I will be focusing on 3 questions that I found that were the most interesting, because some others were like repetitions, and some others were like jokes from friends, so the usual stuff, and but these 3 questions I think that are interesting and are related to this channel at least. So yeah, that was it for this introduction, and let's go with the first question. So the first question was, what is your favorite lens? And even if I already talked about this in this channel, but maybe it wasn't that obvious. Probably I just mentioned it like in other videos. In general, my favorite lens. What is my favorite lens? My favorite lens at the moment is the lens that I'm using right now to record this video, and is the Lumix 20mm f1.7, one of the first Lumix lenses in general. And I don't know, it's my favorite lens, and it's I think that in general it's always been my favorite lens, because I had it like in the past, then I sold it, and then I had to buy it again. Because I really had to buy it again, because I was missing it so much, and I think that I will never sell it again. Or at least, yeah, I think that as I will be using Micro Four Thirds in general, like as a system, I will keep this lens, because it's awesome, it's very small, it's sharp, it's compact, the focal length that is like in a 40mm equivalent is not too wide, not too tight, it's perfect for what I do. It's like, I think that in general 40mm is my like favorite focal length. So yeah, I think that this lens is the perfect compromise, because I always use it with my Lumix GX80, apart from now, because I'm using it with a G80, because I'm using the microphone as well, so the GX80 doesn't have the mic input, so that's why I'm using it on the G80. But usually when I'm going out just to do some quick street photography, or just whenever I don't want to take all my gear with me, I just stick the 20mm on my GX80, and that's it. It's a great combo in my opinion for the results, and also for the aesthetic, because it's very like compact in general, and it fits pretty well in like a small bag, something like that. Yeah, guys, whenever you don't want to go out with a lot of gear, or whenever I don't want to go out with a lot of gear, I just take this, and it's I don't know, it serves for like I don't know, 90% of what I do, basically. Yeah, I think that is this is the reason why it's actually my favorite lens. There's a lot of reasons, but this the fact that actually what I do can be done with this almost entirely with this lens is the most important thing for me. And yeah, that's it basically. Okay, second question was who were my top 3 photographers in general, my 3 favorite photographers, something like this. And yeah, my 3 favorite photographers are this is not like an order like from the third to the first. I think that they are pretty much the same, not that they are the same, but in my opinion I like the 3 of them almost in the same way, like for different reasons. And they are Wolfgang Tillmans, Saul Leiter, and Leiter, and Sebastião Salgado. Yeah, what can I say about them? Firstly, I want to say that Wolfgang Tillmans and Saul Leiter I don't know, I don't know what is the correct pronunciation of the surname. I think that is Leiter, but lighter makes me think of the lighter to light the cigarettes, so, and it's not written in the same way, but probably it's lighter. So lighter and Wolfgang Tillmans, as I said, I discovered them here in Lisbon actually, when I was at the FNAC. I don't know if you know about this place. It's a sort of I don't know, I always call it, for the people who don't know about it, like the real life Amazon in some ways, because in this shop there are like electronics, cameras, consoles, video games, books, CDs, vinyls, everything, stationery, all this kind of stuff. So it's very, very full of everything, and I always like to go and check the photography books area. And when one day I was just walking around there, just taking a look at the newest books and stuff like this, and I noticed this book that was actually this book, because then Claudia, my girlfriend, gave it to me like as a present for Christmas that year. It was the first year that we moved here in Lisbon. It was 2020. And this is called 4 books because it's actually a collection of 4 books inside one, and that's why it's so massive like this. And I don't know, as soon as I started like looking at the images, I noticed something really cool about it, and I will put some pictures here so you can see as well. And I noticed this kind of spontaneous feeling and the overall look of the pictures. I really liked the fact that he liked to take pictures of normal people and also weird people, but mixing them together like in a very spontaneous in very spontaneous situations, in my opinion. I don't know, there's something about this photography that really I don't know, caught my attention in that moment. And yeah, the colors, the composition, everything is really interesting to me. So I think that the reason why I really like this photographer, this Wolfgang Tillmans guy, is the spontaneous feeling. The fact that is like, in my opinion, this looks like photography in its purest form in some ways, like straightforward, without any embellishment, without anything like more than what is needed. And I don't know, it's very interesting to me, and yeah, I hope that I got you interested in this very talented photographer and visual artist as well, because I read that in the latest years he's been focusing on like visual arts in general, exhibitions and all this kind of stuff, but everything very interesting. So the second photographer I want to talk about is Saul Leiter. Saul Leiter, yeah, my girlfriend actually gave to me as a present always, but the year after, this book that is called Saul Leiter. I think that is like a self-titled book, and it's a sort of little compilation in some ways, a little collection of his most famous works. And what I like about Soul Lighter is the fact that he used to use in general very long lenses. I read that he was using like between 85 millimeters mostly and 105 or 135 to do street photography. That is something that I think that I have this in common with him, because sometimes when I'm not using my 20 millimeters, I like to go out with at least an 85 millimeter, like a fixed lens, and do this kind of street photography, focusing on the details, focusing on the people who are a bit far from me, and creating these sort of compositions that you can't actually get with a wider lens. So what I really liked about this photographer, this Soul Lighter guy, is the fact that his pictures in general have this pictorial quality. He really likes to play with reflections, with colors, and also his black and white work is super interesting. And if I said that, it's not if, because I know that I said it before, and I said that I like Wolfgang Tillmans' work for the fact that he's spontaneous and the fact that he's very straightforward for me. And I said this for him, and what I want to say about Soul Lighter is that I like his work because it's very related to, I don't know, to what I consider the history of art in some ways. His pictures, they look like paintings in some ways, to me at least. And his way of playing with the colors, I like Wolfgang Tillmans because of the whole mood of the pictures in some ways. But in Soul Lighter you can find a lot more contrast in some ways between the colors and between different situations, and I don't know, I think that it's very interesting. And also it's interesting because you get to know a bit more about the 50s, the 60s, and the years when he was more active in general as a photographer. And I hope that I got you interested in Soul Lighter as well, because it's very I don't know, his photography is very interesting to me and it's very inspiring, especially. So the last photographer that I want to talk about is, as I said before, Sebastião Salgado. And I think that in this talking about these three photographers, Salgado is the most famous, probably the one that you may already know, probably. I think that you already know Salgado. And unfortunately I don't have like books by him, but I'm planning to buy at least one or a couple books by him. The thing is that if these books, the Wolfgang Tillmans one is a bit bigger, but still they are not that big. The books by Salgado, or at least the ones that I'm looking forward to buy, are like this. So they need like a particular space. They need a special place to put them, like so they can be seen in general. And that's it basically. So talking about Salgado, and not only about his books, what can I say? I think that his photography is interesting because it's awesome. I don't know, I don't have any other adjective in general. I think that the main difference between him, for example, at least among my favorite photographers, and Soul Lighter and Wolfgang Tillmans, is the sort of wow factor, because a lot of pictures by Sebastião Salgado, like, they leave you speechless. At least in my opinion, when I watch his pictures, it's not something. You can't just watch a picture by Salgado and then go away and then just think of other stuff and move on like that. You stay with that picture in your head for at least some moments. His pictures make you think in general of photography. They're not just images and not just pictures. They're like they're like something different. They show our world, or at least the world that we know, in a very different way. and I don't know, it looks like they come from the outer space in some ways. I don't know, it's a very strange sensation, at least to me. And I think that one of his most famous works is the one that he did in Amazonia, in the forest. And I don't know, a lot of these pictures, at least from this collection, but also from all the other works that he did like in the past and that he's doing like in the present, they are so interesting, and yeah, I don't know, they show our world as if it was like a very different thing from what we think of it. And yeah, I don't know what to say about it, because yeah, these pictures speak by themselves, so that's why he's one of my favorite photographers. Because if I had to hang one picture one picture on my wall at the moment, I think that I will go with one of his pictures, because I don't know, they're just they leave you speechless. As I said before, it's difficult to explain. It's just like that. Okay, so the third and last question was what is or what are your goals with your YouTube channel? And yeah, I really appreciate this question, because sometimes sometimes you just watch like YouTube channel, you just like someone on YouTube, but you don't actually know the purpose behind what this person is doing, and what are this person's goals in some ways. And yeah, first of all, I want to say that my main goal with my channel is to inspire people and to let them know that what they have, and I mean what they can afford in general, is enough for what they're doing. I want to inspire people to be creative in some ways, and this is important to me in some ways, because when I was younger, not that I'm old, I just turned 26 by the way, but I'm not old. And yeah, but when I was younger than 20 years old, when I was, I don't know, 16, 17, 18, this kind of stuff, this kind of age in general, I would have liked to have someone to inspire me in some ways, to take me out, to teach me about photography, but not teach like how to set up the camera or this kind of stuff, like to inspire me in general. And it was not about photography only, because I was interested also in music, and it's one of my most important passions in general, alongside with cinema, visual arts, all this kind of stuff. And I always felt like I was missing this. I was missing someone to actually inspire me, and this is what I want to do, like mostly in this channel. I want to show that in general you can get to your own objectives, to your own objectives and follow your ambitions, even if you're not if you're not rich, if you're not in this kind of position in the society, and all this kind of stuff. And I think that this is like my main goal, but apart from this, I want to focus on content creation, because I would like one day content creation to be my actual job in general. I would like to travel the world, to take a lot of pictures, to shoot a lot of videos, to show you guys a lot of stuff in general, to keep inspiring people. And of course, to do all of this stuff, you need a lot of money, and you need a lot of free time, you need a lot of freedom in general. And I hope that one day I will reach this kind of freedom with this YouTube channel, maybe with what I'm doing on Instagram, and especially with these two platforms. And I know that these are just social medias and real photographies in the museums and blah 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 and stuff like this. But I think that if I have to be completely honest, and I'm always honest with you guys, trust me, for us, like normal people in 2022 and in 2020 in general, and in the 2000s in general, and everything, since the internet came out, we can say it like this. For us normal people, this is like the only way to get our work out and known, to get it known by like a lot of people in general. Because if you don't have the chance to get to know the right people, to do to be in the right place in the right time, and all this kind of stuff that we all know, I think that working on the social medias and creating contents is the only way that we have to promote our work and maybe one day to live out of it. And I don't know, this is my opinion. Your opinion might be different, the opinion of other people might be different, but still, you know, guys, sometimes you just have to think of what is good for you. And for me at the moment, creating contents like this video, like all of the other like 100 videos that I created, almost 100 videos that I created for this channel, is something that I really like, something that is a passion and hobby, but I treat it as a job as well, because I'm trying to be very serious about it. And yeah, I think that in general this is my goal with this YouTube channel: inspire people and grow as a photographer, as a videographer, create quality contents, and possibly see the world, maybe one day see the rest of the world that I didn't see for now, that I haven't seen until now. And yeah, I think that this is it, more or less. But I will leave you the link of an interview that I did with my friend Nuno, and I talked a bit more in depth about this and other stuff, and I think that it's a cool interview, so I will leave the link here so you can check it out. And yeah, apart from this, I think that this is it for this question. So guys, in general, I hope that you like this video, even if it's just a talking head video, even if it's nothing special, even if I'm not going around and taking pictures, but I think that in some ways I managed to show you something still. So yeah, at least you know more about good photographers that I like and stuff like this. And yeah, apart from this, guys, thank you so much for watching as usual, and I hope to see you around here on the channel. And thanks again for the 400 milestone. Let's go for the 500 and possibly the 1000, and then something more, I hope, maybe one day, who knows. Bye guys, see you in the next video.